This, my friends, is now Smackdown, where, where nothing happens. I don't know why I said that. Well, as you can see, the pre-show is underway with Tyson Kidd and Heath Slater, Bo Dallas and Hideo Itami, and a solid match for the pre-show between Ryback and Fernando. As I fast forward basically through the pre-show. Now we move on to the opening segment, where Seth Rollins and John Cena are pushing the Royal Rumble, and how one of them will be the one who beats Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight title at the Royal Rumble, and one of them will be walking out the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But the idea is also pushed that that it becomes evident that the Royal Rumble will not settle the problems between Seth Rollins and John Cena. And the only way it seemingly will be settled between these two is when John Cena is able to face Seth Rollins one-on-one in the ring. And then Seth just takes the mic and goes off on Cena. Seth basically says Cena can't accept the fact that right now he is sharing the spotlight. And his ego can't stand it. He can't stand sharing the spotlight. He wants to be the man, the only man in the WWE, and he can't stand the fact that his spot is being threatened by Seth Rollins. Because Seth says that he is what Cena never was. Talented when he was young. And come the Royal Rumble, Seth continues to say that not only will he be the Mr. Money in the Bank, not only will he be the undisputed future of the WWE, but he will also be the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Now we move on. I'm looking to possibly give Fandango a push, make him more of an important part of the show. And I'm seeing how it works. I will say that he kind of disappointed me, but I shouldn't have expected more from Fandango. And maybe a push on the B show would be more likely to start, because that is what the B show is for, to get young talent or new talent over before they get pushed further on the A show, like SmackDown or Raw. Now we move to Brie versus Booker T. Brie is not versing a man and Booker is not versing a woman. Brie getting interviewed by Booker T about her match later tonight against Natalya. Now you might wonder, why, if the Bellas are feuding with AJ and Paige, why is Brie versing Natalya? In my opinion, every match that the person does not have to do with the feud. Every match that the person has does not have to do with the feud. Pushing the feud at least once on the show, that's the point of the feud. And you will see Brie versus Natalya later on the show. Now you move to AJ and Paige backstage as Paige and AJ are discussing the Royal Rumble and what the future entails for them as frenemies. And when Paige may be able to tear the house down again and show why divas can sell just as much as the men. Meaning divas could have as much importance on the show as men. Now we move, like I said, Brie and Natalya. I will not disagree that maybe, just maybe, the timing issues of this match and the previous segment might have been a little off. but I did not think of it until after I saw where the matches were. See, Natalya wins with help from AJ. Feud is pushed. This also will lead to Brie versus AJ next week on Raw, or this Monday on Raw, giving a little more extra oomph to Nikki versus AJ at the Royal Rumble for the Divas title. So, we'll see what happens. That's why I said every segment that a person, and every match that a person is in does not have to automatically enthrall the feud. But pushing the feud at least once during the show, there you go. Everything the person does doesn't have to be about the feud. Now we move to Seth Rollins, who is once again talking on the phone to his mystery friend, I guess you could say, or mystery background handler. I don't really know what to call it, but whoever he's talking to, it sounds intriguing. And then in the locker room, in comes J&J Security. Mercury and Noble walk in on Seth's conversation and ask, as Kane at this point is the only person who knows who Seth is talking to, but now J&J Security ask their boss if they can include them in on who Seth is talking to. And Seth tells him. But once again, our camera is kicked out before Seth tells him. Now we move on. The Usos versus Primetime Players. See, not much like the feud concept or my feud logic, I believe that the tag team champions don't have to be featured every week or every couple of weeks, featuring a different tag team match with two tag teams that aren't in contention and aren't the champions. It's good because it shows the depth and the competition in the tag team division for people who could get future title shots, like the Usos. And following the match, as a show of respect, the Usos and Primetime Players shake hands after a very solid match. Now, onto this. A video of Daniel Bryan. My thought process is WWE always shows the Royal Rumble by the numbers, which I will start showing, I believe, on next week's Raw. Leading into the Royal Rumble. What I'm going to do is not only show that, but I'm going to show video packages of the people who are in the Royal Rumble to show what the people have accomplished to this point. And why winning the Royal Rumble, and how they are a threat to win the Royal Rumble. Those videos right now include just Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan, and Roman Reigns. Another person will be added on Raw. I don't know who yet, I haven't decided, but another person will be added, and we shall wait and see who that is. Now, John Cena interviewed by Booker T about Seth Rollins. If you could make it, basically, this is where the opening segment and this segment differ. In this segment, I just give Cena direction and tell him to push the triple threat match and how big the triple threat match is for him and Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar, and how big overall it is. Because I know Cena has the ability to do that, and though him doing that might be tired out, it works. And Cena can make people order pay-per-views, watch pay-per-views, and tune in to make sure, and because they'll know they're going to see a good match. And that's all I would have Cena do right here. Wyatt versus R-Truth, much like Bree's match earlier in the night. You don't need a talking segment every week, and after what happened between Bray and Dean last week on Smackdown, a pull-apart brawl just seemed to make a little bit more sense. Now we move over to the tag team champions, Goldust and Stardust. And I don't know if you guys remember, but here and there you would see Goldust and Stardust have backstage videos where Stardust is like, trying to figure out equations of stars and all that stuff. But instead of doing that, I'll just have like this creepy setting where Goldust and Stardust are cutting a creepy promo, telling the tag team division to basically step up, because right now Right now, the tag team division is lacking competition, and Goldust and Stardust are sitting atop the tag team mountain with no threat in sight. And this is also a shot at the Nation of Domination, because Goldust and Stardust don't view the Nation as a threat. Now we move on to the next match, Cesaro and The Miz. This will lead to something bigger. I unfortunately forgot to start the feud in the game, but this will lead to something bigger between Cesaro and The Miz, as this match ends in disqualification due to interference from Damien Mizdow, who prevents Miz from losing, by accident, he prevents Miz from losing. Wait, sorry. Yeah. By accident, he prevents Miz from losing because he accidentally basically he hits Cesaro, but he doesn't want to. It's intimidation from The Miz. Let's put it that way. Let's go with that. You know what? No. Instead of doing that, Mizdow does it on his own. Mizdow, he's the greatest thing in the world. He hits Cesaro, but then he realizes The Miz lost. He thought he was helping Miz, but he really cost Miz the match. And following the match, Miz and Mizdow attack Cesaro, leaving Cesaro down in the ring. And now we go backstage. Jamie Noble, John Cena is walking backstage and bumps into Noble and Mercury. And Cena tells Noble and Mercury that they better watch their backs, because come Royal Rumble, it's not going to be John Cena that they're going to have to be worried about. It's going to be Brock Lesnar that they're going to have to worry about. And also, Cena asks if J&J Security can add some insight on who Seth is talking to. But J&J Security just laugh at Cena and walk away. Now Seth drops an interview with Byron on Brock and Cena. The match, much like Cena did earlier in the show, I have Seth cut a promo on how big the match is. Byron's question to two of Byron's questions are: is Seth Rollins afraid of Brock Lesnar? And at Royal Rumble, will Seth Rollins? What does the world title match at Royal Rumble mean to Seth Rollins? Seth plain and simply says he does not fear Brock Lesnar, and the Royal Rumble triple threat match will be when Seth Rollins takes his rightful spot as a rightful spot in the minds of all the fans and proves to them what he has been saying all along has been the truth. And that is that he is the undisputed future of the WWE. And come Royal Rumble, once again, he will not only be the undisputed future of the WWE, he will not only be the Mr. Money in the Bank, but he will also be walking out the Royal Rumble as WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And then we move on to the main event of the show, Seth Rollins, The Big Show. Much like last week's match between Roman Reigns and Luke Harper, Big Show is not getting buried. Big Show is not jobbing. Big Show is putting over the guy who's going into the biggest match of his career at the Royal Rumble against Brock Lesnar and John Cena, two proven household big-name draws. So Seth Rollins needs to go in with a tremendous amount of momentum because of who he's going against. He's going against proven threats, and Seth is not a proven threat. So him getting all the momentum he can before the Royal Rumble is the most important thing. And that's also one of the best main events I've had in a long time. Following the match, John Cena runs out. Because John Cena wants to prove a point and, squash any momentum Seth might have, but Seth escapes the ring and sacrifices J&J security immediately when he sees Cena running down to the ring. Seth escapes through the crowd, but leaves J&J security in the ring, and both Mercury and Noble take attitude adjustments from Cena. And the show ends with Cena pointing at the Royal Rumble logo on stage, pointing at Seth Rollins, and doing the the symbolism of him coming for him, that he's going to walk away at the Royal Rumble, the new World Heavyweight Champion. And the show ends with Cena celebrating in the ring. Another disappointing show. Till next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed. This has been WWE 2015, How I Would Book It. We might have a problem here.